Hello, I'm Conrad Bain. Tonight on Different Strokes, we're starting a special two-part show on a very sensitive and important subject. Now, we urge families, children, and parents alike to watch both of these informative episodes and then to discuss the problem presented, which is of deep concern to all of us.
Now the world don't move to the beat of just one.
Okay, so I recently watched, so first of all, sorry, this kind of got me a little flustered because this show, was big, and it's kind of got me on a deep dive about, let's just say, episodes from Funny or Die that covered them. So I'm Mike G, and you're watching the Dayn9. First off, what I'm gonna say is Mr. Bicycle Man from Different Strokes, one of the creepiest episodes I've watched of a old television show. And yes, there are a lot of television shows that have done this when it comes to drugs. Saved by the Bell, that Funny or Die kind of just had me dying over every single time. But Mr. Bicycle Man is a whole nother level. Mr. Bicycle Man has a laugh track for so many bad situations, and I'm going to say it now that it's problematic. And I do agree that a lot of shows back then could definitely not be made back here and now in 2019, and you could say it's a different era because we even had Bill Cosby, who was the father of America. So I'm going to say that a lot of things were problematic back in the day, but Mr. Bicycle Man is a bit of an issue for me because Mr. Bicycle Man is basically a 2-episode arc. And a 2-episode arc it is. You start off with them coming in and just coming in to return some bikes. And what else happens but them go, you have a progression where you're constantly renting bikes, and having a bike of your own is huge. And wanting to ride around the park in all red is one thing, and wanting to be around children is a whole nother thing. And I'm going to say that wanting to be around children is a big problem for a man who looks like a pedophile, owns a bicycle shop, and
you like the bananas, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Allowing your kid to pass out his flyers for free radio. And I'm gonna say that yes, it is an issue. And yes, there's no opposite side of it all. I'm going to say the biggest issue is the laugh track. Laugh tracking over a lot of things, like having a kid take off his shirt in a scene, and when there's a joke that made fun of his muscles, but the old man's like, yeah, and then having a scene where your main protagonist is going to be eating some ice cream and commenting on how fast his tongue moves, and the old man kind of just going, what?
My tongue's faster than a hummingbird's wings.
Elated is a huge freaking problem. I'm going to bleep that out. I'm just going to say that is completely problematic, and it had me cringing through the whole episode, and it just going to keep on continuously saying Mr. Bicycle Man probably should have never been made. And Different Strokes, if you love like the show, tell me what you think. This, in my mind, is one of the biggest problems, and I get it introduces the episode. Ooh, look at that. My standing has just made 100% on my little iWatch. So I'm just going to say, what do you think about it? Because I'm going to be spilling my thoughts about Mr. Bicycle Man episode. And no, I know this is going to be my first episode on this channel, and Mr. Bicycle Man is could be a huge subject to be tackling, but pedophiles in a sitcom, I don't think any sitcom has handled any of these things correctly, because every time I see a sitcom handle drugs, like Saved by the Bell, where they they get we'll put their face right here, gets addicted to pills to keep her up so she can study and do everything together. Basically, I'm gonna call it either Coke and or Adderall. I take Adderall myself, but I don't think any one of them handles it correctly. I feel like sitcoms should have really never tackled these things, and kind of how the breakdown is at the end of the episode for end of the second episode of, I'm gonna say, the arc of Mr. Bicycle Man. It ends with still the main character sort of confused about what happened and why this was problematic. And this is always going to be problematic. I'm going to say that, yes, just stay away from old men if you're a child. If you're under 18, I mean, if you see a problematic older man around you, stay away from him. Stay away. Because this episode just kind of goes in and it introduces you to this character, and the moment you find out he's a pedophile, and it's very easy to find out where he lets a child out of his back room where he lives in.
Better not tell you folks I gave you all that candy. As a matter of fact, why don't you just make it our little secret that you was even here?
Say, hey, don't tell your parents that you were here, and then you have to watch a whole rest of the episode and basically continue on this arc where the main character doesn't understand because, again, he's a child and would not understand, but you continue on where you understand where this child has to eat ice cream with them, where he convinces two children to drink wine with him and look at a nudie magazine, and it is just so problematic for me, and I feel like for anybody who watches it. So yes, check out the Mr. Bicycle Man episodes, and I actually don't check them out if you don't want to, but if you want a whole cringy 2 episodes where you understand who the pedophile is and there's no like, whoa, out of nowhere, or you kind of see, it's just, you see it and you don't know where it's gonna go, and it goes there where he actually drugs a child and slips him a pill. Yes, they come in as saviors at the last second, but is it too late? I would say your child getting drugged and then him coming to his father and his father just telling him, I'm not mad with you, doesn't resolve the story, and then finally going back into the main character's home and saying that a lot of pedophiles do not understand that they're hurting children. Yes, pedophiles and people who have pedophilic thoughts can't get help, but I would say a sitcom cannot cover this correctly, and it's just, check it out. Check out Mr. Bicycle Man from Different Strokes. Definitely check it out, and if you think it's problematic, please comment, and I want to hear your thoughts. Do you think they handled it correctly? I don't even know if this is 10 minutes long, but I'm going to keep on talking because this is insane, where you have, it is, apparently they've known him for a long gosh dang old time, and it's just insane. Like, tell me your thoughts, and this is going to be my first ever episode on this channel, so please tell me your thoughts. Comment. You don't even need to like the episode. Dislike it, because what I'm saying about Different Strokes and what I'm saying about Mr. Bicycle Man, maybe you think it covered the whole pedophile situation with grace. But please, tell me your thoughts on Mr. Bicycle Man. So, this has been Mike G on the Dayn9, and I'll catch you guys later.